The ambitious Punani perspective. Okay, some of my favorite people in the entire world are black women. Get into it. My other favorites are black men, but you know, that's not the point right now. Okay? I just love black people with my whole heart.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Naysay with the Punani Perspective. This is the channel where pop culture meets history. I hope you enjoy today's show.
Listen, I am pissed. And if you're not pissed, then I don't know what to tell you. But this whole expelling the two black young men from the Tennessee State House. Now listen, I had to take some notes down because I am so upset, right? So we already know how this started, right? You had the young female, Audrey Hale. She went into the Covenant Christian School and she shot up the school, killing 6 individuals, 3 children, 3 adults. Okay, she's crazy in her head. But this is the thing that I want to say. She came from a religious family in Tennessee. They sent her to this Christian school and she's 28 years old and she's transgender, right? So now you got the right saying, oh, she had some kind of mental defect, maybe, like Marjorie Taylor Greene said, maybe it's because of the medication she was taking. I'm not gonna go there with that because whatever is whatever, right? But nonetheless, Audrey Hale, 28-year-old, coming from a very religious home in Tennessee, who attended that very same school that she shot up, used legal weapons. Now, her parents both said they did not want any weapons in their home. They only thought she had one. Come to find out, she purchased 7 guns legally. Some of those guns were AR-15s. Now, that's that. Little history about the AR-15 is this. It was invented by a World War II veteran in, I believe, in the 1950s, and his name was Eugene Stoner. He invented it for war. He's a World War II veteran and figured out a way to create this weapon so that in the event of war, our soldiers, American soldiers, would be able to defend themselves against the enemy. Okay, fine, right? But he did not intend for his creation to be aimed at civilians. But now you have elected officials all over the country, to include in Washington, D.C., right? They're wearing the AR-15 on their lapel. It's a little a bragging rights thing to them. They're taking photographs with themselves and their family at holiday time and posing with AR-15s. Because why? They are beholden to the NRA. So now check this out. Sales for the AR-15 at one point were really, really low because this is when bipartisan work was being done. People thought, okay, yeah, it's time to get these guns off the street. Fine, we're going to sign some legislation. We're going to get them off the street. But after 9/11, okay, now, you know, the gun sales went up. Why do you think that is? Night school. Yes, it went up because after 9/11, patriotism was at an all-time high, right? Yeah, people joined the military. Yes, people was like, oh no, we not having nobody gonna fly into these buildings, right? So they joined the military. But also you saw a lot of patriotism where? In sports. Think about it. You saw all that patriotism, especially in the football games, right? You had jets flying over. You had huge flags. You had military personnel. You had disabled veterans. They even used dogs and children to propagate the propaganda of American exceptionalism and of the best military in the world, right? So yeah, the gun sales for the AR-15 totally increased, and guess what else? The NRA got stronger. Now they're gonna stay there, right? We're going to further these weapons. So then, fast forward after 9/11, guess what happened? Mind wide open, people. Boom! Obama gets elected. So now oh shoot, we got a black man in the Oval Office. We can't have that. Let's protect ourselves. Gun sales increase. So here we go. Mass shooting after mass shooting after mass shooting. They don't care. And y'all should have realized they didn't care, because after all those little white babies got murdered in Sandy Hook by a white young kid who also, he killed his mother before he went into the school and killed the kids. Yeah, when they didn't do anything after Sandy Hook, y'all should have known these white men don't care. You know why? Because one of my faves, and I have to read this verbatim, one of my faves, her name is Frances Cress Welsing. I tell you all the time, I aim to be like this woman. This is what she said about the gun as a symbol. The gun as a symbol in the white supremacy system and culture cannot be banned because it is the symbolic phallus substitute for the white male. The white male's penis and testicles genetically cannot annihilate black and other non-white males, but his gun can. Therefore, to ban the gun for the white male is to castrate him symbolically, to remove his defense mechanism for the ever-present threat of white genetic annihilation. So, ladies and gentlemen, more people will die due to these mass shootings, particularly behind the AR-15, because white men are what? I say it all the time. Mediocre white men are dangerously evil. They're comparing their strength and their existence to the gun. The gun keeps them alive. It's not what's between their legs, because why? Their women are going to black men and other men in droves. So let's just fast forward from there, okay? So when you think about why they expelled the two reps, Mr. Justin Jones and Mr. Justin Pearson, but left the white woman, Miss Gloria Johnson, there's no need to further explain it. She even said it.
I think there's a good indication of what the difference was here. I don't think there's a question how those two young black men were spoken to was in a different manner than the way I was spoken to. The representative who questioned me multiple times kind of treated me as someone beneath him, as probably as a woman who just didn't know quite as much as he did. Mansplaining, so to speak. But it's a whole different attitude than the questioning I saw go to Rep. Pearson and Rep. Jones.
Why do you feel like there was a difference in the outcome between you and your colleague?
I will answer your question. It might have to do with the color of our skin.
It is because of the color of their skin. Everybody knows that, right? We all know that white men are nervous. They're scared to death. They're seeing their children in the State House rally behind these two young black men. Rally behind them, screaming, "What are you doing, Tennessee elected officials? We want these guns off the street. We don't want AR-15s. We don't need more teachers to be having guns. We don't want all of that." So that's why I'm so glad that Representative Jamal Bowman, if you don't know him, y'all better check him out. He's from New York. BK in the house. Representing BK to the fullest. Okay, so Rep. Bowman screamed, and when I say scream, y'all need to look at the footage if you haven't already done so. He screamed on Representative Thomas Massey, some white guy from Kentucky, right, about guns. He's like, "Yo, what are you saying? Why are you acting like guns are not killing these students, these kids?" He said, "I'm a teacher. I worked in the schools. I was a principal. Did you ever work in the schools?" So this white guy is trying to tell him, "Calm down, you're getting too loud." But he wasn't having it, right?
Ask them about gun violence. What are they doing about it? Nothing. They don't have the courage. They're cowards. Ask them every day, what are they going to do about gun violence? Don't let them off the hook. Don't let them talk about TikTok. Don't let them talk about nonsense. Talk about the lives of children. American children are being killed in the suburbs, question.
I'm talking about.
I'm talking about gun violence.
You know, there's never been
I'm
a
talking
school
about gun
shooting
violence.
in a school that allows teachers to carry.
Carry guns,
would you
more guns
co-sponsor
lead to
it?
more death. You listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah, calm down.
Calm down, children are dying.
I know, I've got
9-year-old children.
Bill,
I
I'm
worked
not
in the
talking to
school
you
for
anymore.
20 years.
You're just screaming.
I was a
I got a
teacher. I was
solution.
screaming before you
What
came
do
and
you-
interrupted me.
So just let you know something. Tennessee does not have the red flag laws. They do not have it. So anybody could just go into any place, purchase any weapon that they so choose, and cause any amount of harm and damage. So when you look at these two young black men being expelled, it is by design, ladies and gentlemen. Racism is alive and well in America. It is not going anywhere. The only way we can combat that is probably through voting. But you know, a lot of y'all don't want to vote. So y'all need to understand something. If you choose to sit at home, not vote, those who do go vote will be the voice for you. And then you'll realize how important voting is. We've had black people march and die. White people too, but I'm not talking about them right now. We've had black people march and die for us to just go someplace, pull a lever, and vote for our representatives. But sadly, a lot of us are not well informed in the electoral process. So we'll just not vote or vote blindly because someone's on the TV screen and they're flashy and they're loud. That's how we wound up with Orangina. His celebrity propelled him, his flashiness, his bravado, but his ignorance was not a deterrent. So now you have ignorant people, i.e. the Marjorie Taylor Greens and the Lauren Boeberts and the Matt Gaetz. You have all of these ignorant people. You have racists in there. They've always been there, but now, since Trump, they don't have to be silent with their racism. They are blatant. Tennessee just expelled two young black men, unapologetically black men, because of racism. But they kept the white woman. You see how Goldie survived? Let me tell you something. Out of 100 people, right? They voted along party lines. So Mr. Justin Jones, right, that's the one I think with the ponytail, he lost from 72 to 25. That was the split, right? The Republicans have the super majority. They voted 72 to 25 to expel him. Then for Justin Pearson, they voted 69 to 26 to expel him. But check this out. The white woman, they voted to expel her, and the vote was 65 to 30. You would think, wow, 65 Republicans voted to expel her, and 30 people, 25 Democrats, and I guess 5 Republicans voted to keep her. But what happened is they needed a minimum of 66 people to vote against her. So my question to you is, do you think that was by design, that all of those Republicans got into a wood paneled room and said, listen, we're going to do it like this to make it seem like we don't want her, so we're going to fall short by one vote because we still need 2/3 of membership to vote against them, so we're going to fall short by one vote. Let's calculate the math. Let's do it. Let's see what number we need to come up with to make it really look like we were trying to expel her, when in fact they weren't trying to expel her, because they're going to take care of Goldilocks, because they want Goldilocks to get in line. Okay, so now the 3 of them are going to be known as the Tennessee 3, but only 2 lost their jobs. And even Goldilocks, even Gloria Johnson, you know I call all white women Goldilocks. Don't take it personal. It is what it is. Take it up with the white man who wrote the nursery story rhyme, right? Take it up with him. But the bottom line is they spared Goldilocks by 1 vote. Isn't that funny? By 1 vote, we're going to make her stay in her representative seat. White people are diabolical, ladies and gentlemen. So if you guys are not pissed off about the expulsion of these 2 black men, I don't know what to tell you. But Naysay is here to let you know I got your back. Peace and blessings. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Naysay with the Punani Perspective. It is my promise to all of you that I will do my best to enlighten and inform and to make you proud. It is my perspective. Peace and blessings. I love you. See you next week. Mwah! Okay? I just love black people with my whole heart.